must be the very, very coldest preacher in this town. He's been there
for 7 days and nights,
and now he's leaving soon.
And still she won't say,
I do. Ice cold Katie, won't you marry the soldier? Ice cold Katie, won't you do it today?
Ice cold Katie, won't you marry the soldier?
Soon he'll march away.
Yeah!
Ice cold Katie, he's a dime to hold you.
Keep that date, it came hurrying far.
Ice cold Katie, won't you marry the soldier?
Hattie McDaniel was an actress and singer born June 10, 1895 in Hollywood, California. At an early age, McDaniel and her family moved to Denver, Colorado, where she would spend her early childhood. It was during this time that McDaniel started noticing her interest for music and acting. As a result of McDaniel's early passions, she decided to leave school in 1910 to become a performer for one of the many traveling groups. McDaniel would go on to become one of the first Black women to broadcast over American radio. McDaniel struggled to find work during the Great Depression, and in order to support herself, she worked at the Sam's Park Club as a bathroom attendant in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. While working at the club, McDaniel started to gain attention for her vocal talents from a few of the club's promoters. They encouraged the owner of the club to let her perform. This request would bring some difficulties due to the fact that only white performers were allowed to take the stage. As some time passed, McDaniel was able to perform at the club for about a year before leaving for Los Angeles, California in 1930 to work on a local radio show. 2 years after moving to Los Angeles, McDaniel will make her film debut in 1932. Shortly after her film debut, she would go on to land her first major role, starring in Judge Priest. It was this particular role that made McDaniel become a controversial figure, as she looked to put an end to stereotyping in Hollywood. Majority of McDaniel's roles in Hollywood consisted of her acting as a maid or a cook. She famously stated, and this was controversial, that she would rather play a cook or a maid in movies than be one in real life. In 1939, McDaniel played in the popular film Gone with the Wind. This role propelled McDaniel to become the first African American to win an Academy Award.
Miss Scarlett?
Why just go around scaring people in that thing?
You ain't supposed to be around people. You's in mourning.
For what? I don't feel anything. Why should I have to pretend and pretend?
What is it?
Oh.
Daniel played in over 40 films and continued to try to break the stereotypical roles in Hollywood, which she had famously been typecasted in hopes of creating equal opportunities for other Black actors. While she was unsuccessful in bringing about this change, her role as an actress began to decline. In 1951, McDaniel landed the role as a maid on The Beulah Show. And while the show began filming, McDaniel would ultimately suffer a heart attack. Hattie would go on to survive her heart attack, but just a year later, in 1952, she passed away from breast cancer.
Oh, it's you. I told you on the phone she won't go with you.
Now, Hilda, I just want to talk to her.
She don't want to talk to you. She even made me stop buying your paper. And besides, someone's come to take her to the charity ball.
I'll force my way in.
If you do, she told me to throw a pitcher of water plumb in your face.
I'll risk it.
It was orders, but I used distilled water.